What if I told you that you've been lied to? That society told you that if you just love someone enough that you can fix them. That, if you hold on a little longer that they'll finally change. That if you suffer through the pain, then one day that they'll wake up and be the person you know they could be. But what if I told you that's the very reason why you're stuck? That's the reason that you keep getting hurt, because your heart is not a rehab center for people who refuse to heal. And if you don't learn this truth today, then you're going to keep sacrificing your peace for someone who was never willing to change in the first place. This video is going to challenge everything you thought you knew about love and relationships, but by the end of it, you'll never see things the same way again. But before we begin, if you want to move on faster from a breakup, if you want to know what you should stop doing and start doing, then make sure you watch this video right here after you finish watching this one. And while you're there, make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. So understand that love is powerful. Love, it can transform people, but only if they choose it. You see, there's this dangerous belief that if you just love someone hard enough, they'll heal. That if you just endure the toxicity, the emotional roller coaster, the broken promises, that one day, they'll finally see your worth. But I'm here to tell you that love doesn't heal people. Their choice to heal is what heals them. You could be the most patient, the most loyal, the most giving person on earth. But if someone refuses to confront their demons, they refuse to break their toxic cycles, refuses to take responsibility for their actions, then no amount of love will fix them. Because healing is a personal decision. No one can do it for them, not even you. Proverbs 26:11 says, "As a dog returns to its vomit, so fools repeat their folly." Think about that. Some people, they aren't looking to heal. They're looking for someone to save them while they keep running back to the very things that broke them. And if you're not careful, you become their safety net. You become the place where they keep running back to, not because, they want to change, but because they know that you'll keep taking them back. Imagine someone drowning in the ocean. They're thrashing, panicking, screaming for help. So you, because you care, dive in to save them. But instead of letting you pull them to safety, they start clinging onto you, right? Dragging you under. And no matter how hard you try, they won't let go. And before you know it, you're drowning too. See, this is what happens when you try to save someone who refuses to save themselves. You think you're helping them, but in reality, they're pulling you under. And the longer you stay, the deeper you sink. Some of you are stuck in relationships that are emotionally bankrupt. You keep giving, they keep taking. You keep, trying to talk things out, they keep making excuses. You keep forgiving, they keep betraying. You keep hoping for change, and they keep showing you who they really are. And the crazy part about it all is that every time you threaten to leave, they suddenly act right. But they only suddenly act right just long enough to keep you on the hook. But understand that if someone only changes when they're afraid of losing you, they never really actually change. They just adjusted long enough to keep you around. And every time that you let it slide, you're teaching them to think that they can do whatever the hell they want, and then you'll still stay. The Bible makes this clear in Matthew 7:6. It says, "Do not give dogs what is holy, and do not throw your pearls before pigs, lest they trample them underfoot and turn to attack you." See, some of you you're throwing your heart, your love, your loyalty, your soul at people who don't value it. You throw it at people who keep stepping all over it. And the moment that, you stop enabling them, they turn on you. The Bible doesn't tell you to keep sacrificing yourself for people who refuse to change. It tells you to recognize that you're wasting, your time and walk away, because God didn't call you to be someone's emotional punching bag. So what do? How do you break free? Well, first, you got to recognize the pattern. If you're always the one that's fixing, saving, forgiving, and waiting, you're in a one-sided relationship, and that is not love. Second, accept that some people don't want to heal. Some people, they aren't looking for a partner. They're looking for a place to dump their baggage. Third, stop being the rehab. You're not responsible for someone else's healing. That's between them and God. Your only job is to love yourself enough to walk away when you see the signs. And lastly, start choosing you. Stop sacrificing your peace, your happiness, and your self-worth for someone who refuses to do the work. Because at the end of the day, you only have two choices. Stay and keep drowning with them, or you walk away and finally start breathing again. Listen, Love, it's not pain management, right? It's not about seeing how much suffering that you can endure before someone else decides to love you correctly. If someone truly wants to heal, they will, but not because you begged them to, not because you waited for them, but because they made the choice on their own. Your job is not to fix them. Your job is to, stop handing over your heart to people who refuse to take care of it, because you deserve more than being someone else's emotional rehab. So what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Stay in the cycle of pain? Keep allowing yourself to be drained, used, and discarded like your love is an unlimited resource? Or are you going to finally wake up and then say, enough, I deserve more? Because you do. God didn't create you to be someone else's emotional punching bag. He didn't design you to be a sacrifice for someone who refuses to step in, and handle their own healing. Proverbs 4:23 says, above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it. Did you catch that? Everything you do flows from your heart. So when your heart is weighed down by someone who constantly hurts you, you start seeing yourself differently. You start believing that you're not enough. You start thinking that this pain is normal, but it is not. Your heart is meant to be, guarded, protected, given only to those who are capable of loving you the right way. If what I've been saying so far has hit you hard, if you felt that knot in your stomach because you know deep down that you've been holding on to someone who's destroying you, then this is your sign. Let go. And not because you don't love them, but because you finally love yourself enough to walk away. And when you do, you're going to feel pain. You're going to feel loss. But over time, you're going to realize that the weight that's been crushing you for so long is finally gone. You'll reclaim your peace. You will heal. And one day, you'll look back and wonder why you ever settled for less than what you deserved. Well, that's it for this video, ladies and gentlemen. I want to thank you for taking some time out of your day to watch this video, or listen to it if you played it while you're driving. Drop a comment down below and let me know what's the biggest lesson that you've taken from a breakup. And if you're ready to finally, choose yourself, then hit that like button and check out one of these videos right here that, YouTube suggests that you'll like. And as always, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. And, please do share this video with someone that you know that needs to hear this advice. Until next time, stay strong, walk away when you need to, and never let anyone turn your heart into a rehab center again. I'll catch you in one of these videos.